Picture this, right? You come home after a brutally long day. You unlock the front door, and literally instantly, your dog just completely loses their mind with joy. We're talking spinning tail, jumping, maybe even crying a little bit from pure excitement. Naturally, you look down and think, oh, they love me so much. And, well, they absolutely do. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to explore the incredibly fascinating science behind that exact moment. I am so thrilled you're here to learn with me today because, honestly, we're unpacking some seriously heartwarming research.
But here's a question that, nobody really asks, and it's the central mystery we're going to solve right now. What does your dog actually think you are? Like, do they look up and know you're a person, a Homo sapien, a completely different species, or are you something else entirely in their eyes? How do they even categorize you in their brain? The answer might totally surprise you, and honestly, it's kind of beautiful. So let's get one foundational thing straight right off the bat. Dogs are not sitting around observing you and thinking, ah, yes, that is a human, a member of a different species. Their brains simply don't work that way. Dogs don't organize the world by species at all. They organize it by relationship, and they organize it by smell. To a dog, the entire world is basically divided into just a few simple categories. Things that are safe and things that are not safe. Things that are familiar and things that are strange. Things that provide food, comfort, and fun, and, well, things that don't. And you literally check all the absolute best boxes.
And this brilliantly illustrates what scientists actually call the social group model. Researchers have studied this extensively, and they found that dogs treat their humans completely differently from how they treat other dogs, but also way differently from how they treat strangers or other animals. You're in your own highly specific category, their family unit. Now, what's really fascinating about this model is the implication. I mean, dogs don't think you're just some tall, weird-looking dog. They know you don't smell like a dog or move like one. They know you walk on two legs, make bizarre sounds, and inexplicably leave the house for hours at a time. But they still choose to bond with you. They follow you from room to room. They bring you toys when you're sad, because to them, that bond is so much stronger than biology.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. Reading with their nose. So how do dogs actually identify their favorite humans? Well, they don't read your face like we do. They actually rely on their primary sense, which is smell. To put this into perspective, and this is wild, a dog's nose is estimated to be anywhere between 10,000 to 100,000 times more powerful than a human nose. It's an absolute olfactory superpower. We literally can't even comprehend how detailed the world is to a dog through scent alone. Because of that incredible sensitivity, your smell is your absolute identity to your dog. When your dog greets you at the door and sniffs you, they aren't just registering, oh, hey, it's John or it's Sarah. No, they're reading a full, detailed biography of your day. They know exactly what you had for lunch. They can smell your stress hormones or your relaxation levels. They know if you interacted with another animal on your walk home. And get this, they can even detect microscopic changes in your health. You're not just a human walking through a door. You are a living, breathing story that they're reading with their nose, which totally explains why they get so intensely invested in sniffing you when you get back, right?
Moving right along to Section 2, Inside the Dog Brain.
To get literal neurological proof of this, researchers like Dr. Gregory Burns actually trained awake dogs to lie perfectly still inside an MRI machine. And the crucial point is what those scans revealed. When the dogs in the scanner smelled their owner's specific scent, the reward center of their brain, the caudate nucleus, if we want to get technical, lit up brilliantly. And not just a little bit. It lit up significantly more for their human scent than for literally any other smell they were tested with. That includes the smell of other familiar dogs, and yes, it even includes the smell of food. There's your incredible biological proof right there that you are literally a source of joy in your dog's brain. You're their ultimate happiness trigger. Next up is Section 3, the baby-mother bond.
So this connection actually goes even deeper than brain chemistry. It beautifully mirrors developmental psychology. In human psychology, there's a concept called secure attachment. It's that amazing dynamic where a baby feels entirely safe when their mom or caregiver is near. They use them as a sort of safe base to confidently explore the world. They get distressed when they leave, and they show immense relief and joy when they return. Well, studies have proven that dogs exhibit the exact same secure attachment patterns with their humans. They use you as their safe base in a big, intimidating world.
And this essentially proves that your dog's reaction to you isn't just some learned behavior or a trick they do for a treat. This is profound emotional bonding. And crucially, it's a bond they form only with their special humans. They don't form secure attachments with random strangers or just any nice person who pets them on the street. They form it exclusively with you. So when they look at you, they aren't seeing a random human caretaker. They're quite literally looking at their anchor. You are their home. Now, what's really interesting about these next slides is, well, Section 4, Busting common dog myths.
See, modern science completely shatters some of our oldest assumptions about dogs. First up, the alpha myth. For a really long time, training was based on the idea that your dog sees you as an alpha or a pack leader, and that you have to somehow assert dominance over them. Well, modern science has pretty much debunked this old alpha dog idea. Dogs do not follow you because they think you're some dominant, wolf-like figure ruling over them with an iron fist. They follow you because they trust you, they view you as family, and they love you. That is a massive fundamental difference in how we should approach our entire relationship with them.
Myth number 2, the totally cynical view that dogs only stick around because we have opposable thumbs to open the dog food. Basically the idea that we're just giant walking food dispensers. Nope. As we saw with the MRI studies and as supported by tons of behavioral studies, dogs actually prefer human interaction and praise over food in many, many cases. They are not just staying for the kibble. They're actively seeking love and they're staying for you.
And finally, there's this really outdated notion that dogs are simply animals operating on pure instinct, without real feelings for us. Wrong again. The science is absolutely crystal clear on this one. Dogs are deeply feeling beings. They experience complex emotions ranging from profound love and explosive joy to real fear and heartbreaking grief. And they direct those deep, complex feelings specifically at their humans.
Which brings us to section 5, the ultimate choice.
When you strip away all the myths, right, and you really look at the biology and the emotional attachment, what exactly are you to your dog? Well, you are something completely, entirely unique in their universe. You are the creature that smells like safety. You're the being whose very scent causes the reward centers of their brain to light up like a literal fireworks display. You are the presence that makes a chaotic, unpredictable world feel completely okay. You're the one that would happily wait years for at the front door. There's a really profound scientific reason we call dogs man's best friend. It's not because they guard our houses or fetch our slippers. It's because to them, you are the absolute center of their world.
And I really want you to think about the most beautiful part of all this data. It's the active choice. Despite knowing you aren't a dog, despite all your weird, baffling human quirks, every single day, they choose you. Without question, without condition, without asking for absolutely anything in return except for, maybe, just a little bit of your time and your affection.
So, the next time your dog is staring at you unblinkingly with those big eyes, or, when they follow you into the bathroom for the 47th time today and you're feeling just a little crowded, just remember this explainer. They aren't trying to be annoying or needy. They're doing what makes perfect biological and emotional sense to them. They're simply staying as close as physically possible to the most important, safe, and joy-inducing thing in their entire world, you.
I really hope this structured look into the science of canine perception has given you a completely new appreciation for your furry best friend. I'd love to know, what's one thing your dog does that you now see in a whole new way? Drop your thoughts below. But before you go, I want to leave you with one final thought, kind of a big one. If dogs, with brains so vastly different from ours, have evolved the biological capacity to love us this deeply, what other incredible emotional worlds are hiding in the rest of the animal kingdom, just waiting for science to uncover?